Attention bobsled riders! You will soon be embarking on a thrilling podcast down the icy slopes of the Matterhorn. So please remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the bobsled at all times. Auf Wiedersehen!
Hello, Yodelers. We are the Matterhorn Yodelers. I'm your host today, J-Fifth, with
Jackie.
And
I'm Clue.
Oh, Clue. CLU.
Go away.
And then we have
Colonel Mustard. No, Father Yodeler.
Father Yodeler.
Wrong clue.
Wrong clue. And of course, Peter has hinted, not clued us, but hinted at what we're going to discuss. We are going to discuss the two Tron movies, the 1982 Tron film and then the 2010 Tron Legacy film.
Yes.
This is in, with preparations to Tron Ares. And so, I'd seen both movies before. I remember I really liked Tron Legacy, but I saw the first Tron before seeing that, and I liked them both before, watching them again. So they were favorable then. I'm curious, had you guys seen them before?
Well,
before we watched them recently for this podcast?
I was there when they were advertising it on TV for the first one, and I was hyped about it. It was a big year for sci-fi.
82?
Yeah. E.T. came out,
Right.
Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, Blade Runner came out. I mean, it was a big year for sci-fi, and Tron, coming from Disney 3 years after The Black Hole, sounded intriguing.
Yeah.
Looked intriguing.
Well, there really hadn't been any movie at that point that explored cyberspace.
It was exciting because it was unique. It was a unique story. They don't come out with unique stories like that.
It still is. The original Tron. Not so much the second one, but the original Tron, I would say I would consider it pretty unique.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Jackie, had you seen this film before?
I think the original Tron, I'd seen clips. But I don't know if I've actually seen it all the way through.
Have you seen it all the way through now?
Yes.
Okay.
As she says, thinking, I
Well,
think I didn't fall asleep.
Yes.
I had an out-of-body experience where I was watching myself watch the movie, but not actually watch the movie.
I was taking care of my child during it, so there might have been a few parts that I was not full on attention to.
Okay, so we we have to put that asterisk next to your Mickey bars at the end of the review because you weren't necessarily fully engrossed in following this complicated plot.
The second one, I think I saw it in the movie theater with friends when it came out. So it was around that time. I was in high school. So.
I think I saw it with Japheth when it came out.
Which one?
2010.
No, I was at Disney World.
You might have saw it with
You
me.
saw it with
Okay, I
Peter.
must saw Peter with Peter then.
Yeah.
No, because I saw it with a friend, and they were like, "Oh, that castle's so cool. I want to paint that."
The Disney Tron Castle?
Yes.
That was a pretty...
From 2010. Okay, yeah.
So before we get into being critical of it or praising it, is it a yay or nay for both? Or, what are your thoughts? Because I feel like you need, or is it a yay or like a split for you guys?
Well, I say that the second one is better and more worth seeing than the first one. However, I think you miss something if you haven't seen the first one before you see the second one.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I agree. I agree with you on that.
It does not completely tell you the story in the... You can just go along for the ride on the second one, but It does not explain itself, I think, as well as the first one does. Although the first one may go over your head the
Yes.
first time you see it.
Well, I think one of the lines in the movie that made me laugh that I didn't remember when I originally saw the original Tron for the first time was them talking about the big door, being like, "That's a big door."
Yes. Because I watched the first movie and then I saw the second one and they did the whole door scene and I was like, and he did the same thing. He's paralleling his
However, I
father
think
and
the
breaking
door's
in.
bigger on the first movie.
I think so too.
I think it was. I mean, seeing it back to back like that, I had noticed it before, but this time.
But I loved how big the door was. How big the door was, but how little the opening was for it.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was
don't
like
let it open up.
this massive door with these massive layers, and like you have to sidestep your way in.
You got bugs.
You need
don't
another
want bugs
code
there.
if you want to bring big things in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jackie.
Overall, these are not my type of movies.
Okay, so your nays for them.
But there is some art appreciation of like
Definitely the production design for these.
There is appreciation to, and especially like in '82, like
What they did was never done before.
was cool, but overall movie, you can pass.
They wanted to have Industrial Light and Magic to do the effects, but they were asking too much money, and so Disney's all like, "We'll figure it out ourselves." And
Rejected
so they did.
again.
They figured it out themselves, and
I think they did
pretty good. Pretty
Mhm.
good for them.
I mean,
just
some of
figuring
it is
out.
obviously
Yes.
in the animation department, but still, it did the job.
All right, so we're going to start with the Tron 1982. It starts off with it starts off with the helicopter, right?
Yeah. Well,
Does it?
well, no, they start you off in
No.
the Tron world.
Yeah, they do. They kind of give you a nice intro there. I like that little intro where you get the graphics right away.
They're doing like the computer graphics.
It's like someone's
It's the light cycle.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, the
They
light
start off
cycle.
with the light cycle.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about the CGI?
I thought
You have to get used to it. It's like hard to see at first,
Yeah.
but you get used to it.
I'm used to it because I grew up with it, so I know what to expect.
It's
there.
the earliest forms of like computer graphics
Yes.
that are
Very basic shapes.
It
mean,
was-
it's definitely-
Nothing overly.
That's what
complicated.
what computer games looked like. Video
Yeah.
games looked like back then.
It definitely gave flashback to video games style.
Yeah, I was like a little underwhelmed watching it. I was like, okay, I imagine that's probably like the most technically like so cool what they did. But to me, in this day and age, seeing the light cycles in the beginning was like, meh. I was probably more impressed with the helicopter. Lit up, flying around. It's like, wow, that's so cool looking. You got this glowing helicopter, and the night says "Encom" on it.
I just loved how the director made the Night City look kind of like the Tron City.
Right.
And that
Yes.
was a really nice.
It made you question,
production
like,
design.
wait, where am I? Am I in the computer world? Am I in the real world?
I always knew where I was. I knew what they were getting at, and I appreciated it. I thought that's nice. That is a really nice touch there.
So yeah, they get you at the Encom, and then you're introduced to what would be, I guess, the villain.
Come on, David Warner. He is the villain.
Yeah,
is
he's
the villain.
I was like,
Is he the villain?
It's a great
I don't
cast.
think he's a villain.
I think it's a great cast. They got a great bunch of actors.
and what
there.
is David Warner famous for to you? Like, what is it like? He's got a great voice.
I mean,
Yes.
I knew him for Time After Time, which was directed by about H.G. Wells chasing Jack the Ripper through time. That was directed by the same director that directed Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. Knew him from that. Appreciated him for that. He's done lots of sci-fi shows. Was also the bad guy butler in the Titanic. He's famous from that, but
He was also in Star Trek 6,
Yep.
Right.
Chancellor Gorkin.
Yeah.
So you get introduced to him. He's the senior executive designer. I don't remember what it was, but
He's the loser that got
stole
up by stealing Jeff Bridges or Flynn's.
Kevin Flynn.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
His games,
his
the
game.
video games, and doesn't he talk to
Space
the
Paranoid.
Space Paranoid was the game that made lots of money
Well, he
for
said
them.
He said like 5 or 6 games.
There's 5 or 6 games, yes, and but he's talking to the central or the Master Central.
The
What was it called? The
Master Control Program,
There we go.
MCP.
MCP, yes, MCP, the Master Control Program, and it's essentially like an AI.
Yeah.
And it was interesting the conversation that he has with.
Oh yeah, I thought,
That
wow,
was-
this
that was
is
right.
really
relevant.
relevant. So
I agree.
I thought that was more relevant than the second movie on AI.
Correct.
I thought if you're interested in AI today and what's happening, watch Tron,
watch
the
the
original,
original
1982.
Tron.
They have some interesting conversations that you go, oh wow, we're actually getting close to that.
Yeah, there was a computer that this AI computer that's supposed to protect
Well,
the
is it-
companies
Well, it was originally designed to play chess.
originally, but
then
what it
it-
was doing, its primary purpose is to control what's going in and out within the company. It's more of like a security guard,
Right.
But I like how the MCP AI was like, I'm bored with like corporations and hacking the Soviet Union. Feed me my Chinese disk,
Give me
but
the Pentagon.
give me the Pentagon. Yeah, it's all like, oh gosh, that's scary. And and he's all like, and you could see, what was his name? Dillinger. I wouldn't say Banninger, but no, it's Dillinger, where he's all like, I'm not going to let you do that. And he's all like, oh, you're not going to stop me. I'm going to blackmail you. And he puts up like a fake news like of like
AI generated news headline.
and I was like, wow, that happened recently, where there was an AI that was told by the executive like, hey, I'm going to shut you down. And the AI went through the executive's email and told him, you won't do that because you've been having an affair.
Why do you tell AI you're gonna do something to it?
Have we not watched
You
movies?
just do it. You don't have to tell AI, I'm gonna shut you down, AI. No, he just pushed the button.
And it was just like, oh, that just happened recently, where
Yeah, okay.
there's been
Crazy.
somewhere like the AI has been given a task and they were confronted by this, are you a human? And they were like, they couldn't do it.
Oh.
So what they did was they went to like TaskRabbit and offered $5 to someone to do it for him, and they did it, and he was able to get like whatever task it was to like
It's scary.
save.
It is so scary.
It was like,
Wow.
yeah. And the guy was like, cool, easy $5. Yes, I'm a human. And the AI is
Let
like
alone
tapping its ones and zero
I
fingers
now
going,
control
yes.
the nuclear codes.
That's crazy. I didn't think AI was that advanced.
oh,
It
and
is.
it's going fast.
I'm like, it's like another Google.
No. That's the AI you have
That's
access to.
the consumer AI. Yes, this is not the Pentagon, CIA, Microsoft AI.
China AI.
Yeah, so I was watching that and I was like, whoa, man, they knew. Like, this is the kind of the first movies that you're seeing AI, being like out of control.
Personal computers were not even a thing in 1982. I mean, very few people would have had one or something, and you were usually big things that take a
Huge amount of
huge
space.
closet. They were just starting to enter that type of market of businesses having their own computers. So
There was no screen for clicking and going. It was all command line.
This
Yeah.
was early on. So it's a kudos to them for thinking that far ahead.
Pre-Terminator.
Yeah,
and all
because
that
Terminator
stuff.
comes out like what, 84? something like that. And that's where like it's AI and robots. This was just flat out AI. And that was like, oof, that's scary. So we get that where there's this problem within, but then we get brought over to Kevin Flynn's arcade.
Yeah.
Where you got
he's
Jeff
been
Bridges
kicked out
playing
of
Kevin Flynn. He's like, oh, I'm so cool and smart. I don't need a shirt. I've got this cool lounge on top of the arcade.
I just love how like everyone in the arcade knew where. Flynn, he's over by his machine.
Yeah.
Like,
so he was drawing a crowd.
And it does tell a bit of the time where like the arcade was the new cool place for
really
people
was.
to go to. And I remember
there wasn't a lot of children in that arcade.
No,
Well, it was
teenagers.
late.
Yeah, it was.
Some of them looked a lot older than teenagers.
Well, yeah.
It was late at night. Who knows what time it was?
late enough, right?
Right.
And so it was, you get a little taste of what the arcade is, like after the 90s, you really don't see that many like large arcades anymore.
Honestly, the probably, and this is a whole other issue that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I feel like the issue I have with arcades now is that there are many gambling machines now just based off of tickets and prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really count that as an arcade where you're playing a game for like the score or just for having fun with the game.
Right.
Everything's a ticket based, so you could get.
You feel like I have to get something for my money that I'm throwing at this machine.
Yeah.
And so you're stuck playing these like garbage games that are not satisfying at all because the end prize is always nothing what you invested.
Yeah. So yeah, we get introduced, and then we're introduced to Alan Bradley, and then Laura. She doesn't have a last name. She's just known as Laura. Sorry. So yeah, we're introduced to the characters. They're explaining, the situation where they were trying to get access to the files, or level 7 or level 6,
to prove that Dillinger stole Flynn's program.
Well, that wasn't the original idea, because like Flynn was trying to hack in to get that information. It wasn't until like Alan, he's working on this Tron program to kind of police the system.
Yeah.
That he comes and be like, what's going on? Why can't I work on my
got
project?
Cut off.
And he goes, oh, because somebody's trying to break in. And he goes, well, that's what my program's designed to do, to help stop that sort of thing. He goes, well, I'm shutting everything off. And that's when he talks to Flynn, be like, hey, why are you messing things up for me? And then they come up with
okay, yeah.
That's when they come up with the plan to like.
That's it. So they come up with this plan where they're like, we're gonna go in the middle of the night, we're gonna break in, and you're gonna, Kevin, you're gonna have access because he's this really good programmer, because he's the one that created all these video games that are, making all this money, and he got kicked out after his stuff was stolen. So this is a way for Flynn to get into the place, get the passcode so he can get access to the original coding, and then
into the memory
so it can prove he is the real creator of what was successful. And then the villain, Dillinger, is ousted from his position, right? So they break in, big giant door.
Big door.
Big door.
Big door.
That's a big door. It's like probably only one liner
like
that.
You look at that door, it is weird door. It like has this like multi-layered door
it's
thing.
Fanned with its thickness.
Yeah, it was really weird.
All for video games.
Very dramatic.
Well, I don't think they were just a video game. It was a company that was built on this video game.
But it's a software company.
It's a software.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they go in here. Flynn uses this cool device to hack in, which we'll see like in 10 years. A teenager will do that with an ATM in Terminator 2.
Right.
But they break in. Alan's gonna go to his cubicle and wait for okay, you can get your program. And then Flynn was going with Laura. Was it Laura? Yeah, it's Laura, to go to the main computer right?
Well,
Is that what it was?
It was just to a computer.
A computer
that had
was
connection.
concealed. That had
It's
connection.
her station, and what she
Yeah.
was working on was a program to basically teleport things from one place to another.
Digitize it and send it.
A three-dimensional thing and send it someplace else. And so her workstation was right there in front of that machine.
That machine.
Which
And-
I always thought was weird, because like you see her working at the computer, and you see this giant laser right behind her. It's like there's really bad placement for putting anything.
Don't worry, she would just put an apple and it would
That's
zap
right.
it.
It's the apple gets in the way of the computer. That's right.
You know, Zelensky was there. You know, it was his
Yes.
first workplace.
I was wondering, what did they get the Zelensky machine from this Tron machine originally?
Right.
Why
But
not?
It looks very
didn't-
similar.
It didn't look quite as similar.
Yeah, I had
It
that
was-
thought of going, is this Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kid 2? Or 1? So, yeah, the Jeff Bridges gets in there. He starts chit-chatting with MCP. He's-
MCP. Sorry.
So he starts interacting with and going, "Oh, hello, friend. I thought we were all doing some chess buddies and stuff." And the MCP doesn't like that he's being accessed, and so he decides to digitize him
Yes.
and send him into the grid, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The
Or
grid, which is inside the computer.
It's like the Muppets computer game.
That's right. It's just like the Muppets
If
CD-ROM
you
game.
know, you know.
So yeah, he gets thrown into this world, and then he's picked up, and from there, he discovers that there's a whole world within this digital world.
He's a user,
He's
and
a user.
everybody he meets there is a program.
A program or a byte. He doesn't meet a byte that
He
floats
does
around.
meet a byte. I think they underused the byte. The byte is fun,
Yes.
but unfortunately, it had a very short. I
Yeah.
thought he was in further in the movie. And I go, oh man, he should have been
Yeah,
just saying yes, no, yes.
it was
no.
comedic.
It was fun.
It's
It
better
was.
than that floating robot with the weird eyes and black 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 hole.
The thing I liked was that like each of the programs, they would talk about what program they were.
Yeah.
They have personality, and they
I did
embody the
like
person
that.
that created them.
Yes.
That was
Because like
fun.
Tron looks like,
It's like, oh,
Alan.
I'm an accounting program that they got tired of, so they threw me to the games, you know.
Yeah. And so like your first feeling of looking at this new world, did you find that how they depict that world fun or enticing? Cuz I was blown away where you have Jeff Bridges in this black and white, but everything else is glowing.
Right.
I was just like, after that I was like, I'm in. Like, this is cool. Where are we going?
Yep.
Now, I want to say this. Okay, I want to say this about how everything looked and things like that. I can't imagine what the actors were feeling on set filming this thing.
Yeah.
Dressed up as they were, because nothing was glowing when they're filming.
No.
And so they're like, man, this looks
They're
stupid.
like, what film is this?
Well,
Paycheck better be good.
Like,
I mean, well, who's in this film? Like, there's
They're,
really
they're mostly young actors
Yes.
there that are happy to get a job with a paycheck, so
Yes.
they're willing to go with it. You know,
I just thought it was funny.
Use their
I just
imagination.
got to imagine they were probably like, this looks so janky.
Well, and again, they got. I mean, that's the way the little girl thought about Mary Poppins. She says, "This is so stupid." We're
Well, that's how the actors felt at Star Wars when
Yeah.
they're making Star Wars.
there was the one scene where they're in the garbage thing and like Mark Hamill's all
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, my hair is wet," and like Mark Hamill tells a story where he does the
Harrison
Harrison
Ford
Ford impersonation, and he goes, "Hey kid, this ain't this kind of movie. If
Eh,
they're worried about your hair being wet, we're in big trouble." Like, and it's true. It's all like, no, what? Like, I imagine when they're making Star Wars, you're like, this thing's garbage, but I need a paycheck, and I'm a nobody.
Yep. But also, they're working for Disney, and they know that Disney can
It's a
do things.
Well,
you know,
keep in mind,
they've had some success.
this wasn't a good time for Disney.
No, but still.
This was like their hostile takeover Disney time.
But again, they probably been used to working for these hole in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm making an indie film.
a college,
Yeah.
job here and there.
Now they're working for Disney.
Right.
So at least it's got some weight behind it. We're going to be seen. We're going to be put on a big screen across the country. I thought it was really cool. And for those, to get that glow effect you're talking about, they were taken scene, cell by cell, and
Yes.
they painted in that glow. That's how they
It
created.
took-
They
this
filmed it
movie
in black
took
and white.
A long time to make.
Yeah.
A long
Which
time.
is interesting considering it was 3 years after the black hole. So, again, think how far in advance this writer was thinking
He
when
started
he wrote
in
this.
1975. And like everyone was all like, nobody cares about computers. And like these are the beginning of the first non-space sci-fi films that aren't monster, radioactive from like the 50s.
Right.
So kudos to Ron Miller for at least trying
Yes.
this.
Rob Miller
The
was
black
really
hole.
good at like trying, like, we're going to do something different. We're going to do something like crazy.
So Ron Miller is the president of the Disney company. He
And
was
the
the one that married
son-in-law
the son-in-law of
of
Walt.
Walt.
Yeah.
He married Walt's daughter.
So he was.
He was the producer on this and the black hole. So.
Yeah, I also learned that he was big into no guns
Yeah.
because he didn't want kids to go home and play with guns. Instead, he wanted them to take frisbees and throw them at each other. So,
I mean, I like the frisbees.
yeah. So to go back to the movie, yes, Jeff Bridges is here, and he's like, "Where am I? What is this?" And so he gets oriented. He gets picked up by these guys wearing these goofy like guard.
They're weird.
The guard uniforms look. I'm not wearing hockey pads. That's what I kept thinking. Like, I'm not the one wearing hockey pads. That's what I kept thinking.
Yeah, they're really poofy.
It was
like helmet.
distracting to me. Those costumes were distracting.
So what was worse, the guards
Guards were bad.
in this film or in Black Hole?
Oh,
Those
the
floating robots. Maximus, he's out to get me.
No, I think this was worse.
This was worse.
Yeah.
This was more distracting, I would say.
Yes, and then there is this Sark character. He is like the leader of this CPU computer world who's supposed to be Dillinger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's the right-hand computer to the MCP.
Yes. So he's there and he's got a weird like hat thing
Helmet,
he's wearing
yeah.
too. But yes, so Flynn gets put into this jail. He's talking to the other programs and they're like, no, we're playing games. That's what we do to prove our strength, to, stay alive and our worth to this. So this gladiator style,
But yeah, because they talk about how, like, if you're good enough, you can be, like, a guard or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
be part of the system to benefit this.
And he thinks it's cool at first, because Flynn does, because he thinks, I play video games all the time. No problem. I can play games.
Yeah, it's all on the wrist, But yeah, he gets put in his first game where it's just like
the
hook ball.
what is that? It's like
It's like a South American game.
what's it? I forgot what that sport's called.
But yeah, they play on a base that when the ball hits the ground, that portion, that ring is gone and disappears. And the goal is
field hockey.
Yeah, it's
It's
Field
like
hockey.
field hockey.
It's kind of like that. And once you get them down to a point where there's no ground, then they disappear.
They fall and
They fall and they are,
disintegrate.
End of line.
what is it? They reprise or something like that, repurpose. So at that point, Jeff Bridges' character is in this game and he's like, all right, this is fun. And then he's left at the point where this character is going to die. And it's kind of this gladiator moment, like, does he live or die, and he's like, no, I don't want it. And then Sark's character is all like, nope, he's gone and eliminates him. And then,
But the MCP's kind of weird too, because he's all like, I want to play with Flynn.
yeah.
Like let him play some games, and then we'll get rid of him. Like he has this like toying nature.
Well, probably because he was toyed with
Right.
being a chess player, and having that type of relationship with the user. He's like, now I'm the one in charge now. It's kind of this God complex he now has. But yeah, and so at that point, Jeff Bridges wins, but then he's put into the light cycle game, right?
Yes.
That's what's next. And so we get another scene where they are racing. And so this is kind of like the snake game.
Yes.
You know, if you cut someone off and then they run into your ribbon, they're gone. They are eliminated. And so, somehow Jeff Bridges, figures out, oh, there's a hole in here because of an accident. I'm going to fly through here.
And again, the
escape.
production design here in this part of it, you go, this is up there with Star Wars as far as, hey, great ideas as far as how it looks.
Yeah.
And the
There's a
action,
cool
the
action
games.
scene, all things considered. So,
Tinkerbell, is that you?
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell couldn't save us on this one. No. So yeah, they escape. Tron and a friend named Ram. It's kind of cute how they have random access memory, nickname running through here, and Flynn escape. And they go into this like untainted, like wild environment. And then once they escape through a chase scene, right? There was a chase scene with these giant, like N-shaped kind of
The space paranoids
ships. Is that what they are?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're from his video game.
From his video game, and he has the one joke as they're driving by tanks. He goes, "I shouldn't have been so tank heavy with my programming,
Right.
because now he's having to fight or play in the games of his creation." And yeah, you do see like all those tanks, and as they try to escape, there is a tank chasing scene, but they eventually go into safety, and they go into this wilderness where they drink energy water.
Yeah, that was so weird. Dude, like, I just remember I think it was like the part before I kind of missed, but then all of a sudden they're just like drinking this water. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I was wondering if that was like the same water they're drinking in the second film.
Yeah, I thought that.
It's
I
like
think
energy
that's
water.
probably what it was. Like they were like, well, how can we make this look more computery than?
Yeah, they take this moment where they're on their hands or on their bellies just drinking this water. You can tell like Flynn was just like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm gonna drink
They're
this.
going to town. On
Well, and my thought was like,
oh yeah, so good.
my thought,
Electrolytes.
my thought was like, okay, so this is like a program drinking water. What
But they
nourishment
talked about
does
its power.
It's energy.
It's energy. It's
energy.
raw, like
Yes.
not controlled energy. So it's like a loose wire in a computer, and they're like, or it's like something that like stores power, But they get to talking and what needs to happen, and they have to get to. You get the kind of gist of where the journey's going to go.
Right, because Tron, they basically say like Tron has to get access to his user, which is
Alan.
And so in order to do that, they have to get to like a terminal in order to do that. But obviously they're all kind of protected. So that's kind of like, okay, once we do that, then Alan's got the plans that he can give us that will basically defeat the MCP.
And that'll allow, Jeff Bridges' character to go back too.
Right.
That's where he needs to go. So everybody's got to go to this. It's kind of got this Lord of the Rings feel. You got to go to this place to accomplish everything. So again, they're back in their light cycles, right? And then they get separated.
Yes.
And then there's the tragedy of, Ram doesn't make it. Or no. Jeff Bridges saves Ram.
He does. He saves Ram.
Tron runs off. Not runs. He's I don't want to take it away.
He's being chased.
He's being chased. He goes off. He doesn't realize they got separated till later. And so Jeff Bridges, kind of stumbles upon his power
as a user.
where he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can manipulate things because I created this and I can break down things. So
and he can repair broken things.
and he helped his friend Ram, right? Like he like powered him up a little bit
Yeah.
to help keep him going. And then they get into that, what did you call it? The
The
ship from
From Space Paranoids.
Space Paranoid. And so yeah, they get that, and that allows Jeff Bridges to move forward to get closer to this terminal, right? And then you get to meet Bite. That was kind of fun.
Bite
That was the
very
Disney-fied
fun.
version of this kind of film.
I really wish Bite had been in more, because after he's gone, the movie slows down.
It does.
It slows down. Ram dies, and Bite is no longer in it. The movie shifts gears really slow.
Yeah.
Come on, we get to meet Tron's girlfriend.
And this is a 90-minute
But
film.
it's like weird. Like Lori
was-
has no like boundaries. She's like, I like you too.
She's
The one thing I do like about Jeff Bridges' role is that like he's like hitting on every girl program.
Yeah.
He's there, he's
Yeah.
like, hey, yeah, look at you. Like he's looking at all the girls.
He's such a player.
Oh, big
and-
time. I thought that was the funniest thing where he's just all like, oh, wow, you're pretty. Like,
Yeah, I didn't get the part where she like kisses one person
And then she'll kiss Flynn.
And I was like, what the?
It's like programs do not care. No. They are not monogamous.
was one of the problems I had was with her program, because kind of it seemed to be playing it robotic to where she had no emotions, even though a lot of the other
Everybody else
programs
is
had
normal, right?
emotions. And I felt she needed some more emotions in order to liven up those scenes.
She's a simple program.
Yeah. Apparently.
She doesn't have that type of
She had
personality.
a lot of personality outside in the real world.
yes.
Yeah.
The character did, but down there it was like
Her
geez,
programming skills are just not up there.
I guess not.
She does simple programs.
The accounting skill had way more personality.
He did. Ram was killing it.
Not
right there.
Ram,
No,
the other one.
The other
the
one.
one that died.
Yeah, the annuities. Isn't that what you talk about?
Right.
So yeah, I guess you got to put more comments in your programs
I
to get
guess.
more personality. So the Tron meets up with Lori.
It was really random, too.
It was. They're like,
It's really
I need
weird.
you. Like, we're supposed to be together.
We need to have a girl in this movie. Please, be the girl in the movie.
There's too many. There's
They
good-
did need one. There's
There's too much testosterone programs
We're
here.
gonna throw this random love triangle story with
Yeah.
you, simple program, and so yeah, Jeff Bridges finds out he
Was
can touch the
the
guard and
girl-
turn orange too.
Well, is the
Yeah.
girl program the same as the girl in the,
Yes.
the
Yeah,
beginning?
same
Okay,
actress.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought I was very confused during this movie, and I thought the girl out in the outside world like jumped in the program.
She got
No.
zapped too.
No.
No. She was watching the
Oh.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
It's a heavy door.
everybody you see on the grid, you have seen
Outside.
outside.
It was
is
just like Wizard of Oz.
It is
Yes,
the Wizard
it's
of
Wizard
Oz.
of Oz.
It is exactly what the story is. Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland. They go down there. The only problem is Alice in Wonderland and the Wizard of Oz, those characters meet interesting people. I don't think Jeff Bridges meets anybody interesting, and that's one of the
Tron
problems.
is bland.
Tron is
like-
pretty bland security program.
It was hard to follow.
But it is a fish out of water story, and Jeff, fortunately, he the Flynn character,
Well,
he
they kind
made
of
it
touch on
somewhat
interesting topics in this, because like not only do they talk about AI, but they also look at like the program's view of users,
Yeah.
as like godlike figures,
Yeah.
and so, and they have that like
You
they
get
have that-
simulation theory kind of thought where
right.
It's an interesting concept, the movie.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting with the Wizard of Oz. She goes from black and white world to a color world. This is the exact opposite. He goes from a color world to a black and white colorized world.
I didn't really pick up on that.
But
It make as you're saying it's like, yeah, it totally makes sense.
And that's what happens. And so when you're watching it, you kind of get pulled back. If you've watched black and white movies or black and white movies that have been colorized, they don't seem quite right.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that feeling when you're watching it. Although the brightly colored animated parts,
It keeps you in.
Help,
I
yes.
think that's the only thing where you're like, this is cool.
yes.
As somebody said on a podcast I was listening about Tron was like, the movie's not really good, but man, if I take any shot in the movie and like print it out, I could put it on my wall because it's just
Yes.
Cool.
The production design really carries this movie, and the idea.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys like the old man, his character,
Sure,
what's
he was
it?
okay.
He was Domond or
Dr. Walter Gibbs?
He's
but
fine. I thought it was random.
It
but
it was. He's like this weird gatekeeper.
I
If
was
you
just
work
like-
with old guys who do programming, they're like not ambitious. They're like, I like doing my thing and I'm really good at it. And they just know how everything is set up, but they're not like, I don't want to be management. Like, that's what he reminds me of. Like, I don't want to be management. I just want to do my program. This is where I feel safe. And it was fun to see that kind of character in this movie.
Yep.
And he's all like, well, this is how you do it. You know, like they know how to break it, but they're not willing to do it. And so I thought that was a fun little character to put in there. But I've heard people are like, this is completely random. And why do we? And like you guys said, the second half of the movie where you're like, this is garbled.
Yeah, I was just lost. I just,
I'll say this: if you look
I
at the,
didn't get it.
if you look at this time of frame, especially with Disney movies in this time frame, these live-action Disney movies, they don't necessarily spoon feed you the story
No.
like they do now. Like you have to pick up on subtle things automatically, like the very end where it's all like Flynn became the CEO of the company.
Yeah,
They don't tell you that's what happened. They kind of indicate this kind of happened.
Yeah, and so we'll jump ahead. We get to the
let's get to
end.
the end.
There's a fight between Sark
big
Sark
battle.
and Tron. Sark loses. Flynn's able to take his frisbee and fly back up into the
Which
normal
was
world.
fun for me because you literally play out that scene exactly in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, do you?
Exactly. Like, you know, you get Stark super big and you've got to fight him, and then, you know, the MCP's got the disc running, so you're trying to hit it, but it keeps blocking it. Like, oh, yeah, that's like a
know.
whole
So
thing.
it's
I
a good
did-
video
video
game.
Oh,
game.
yeah, absolutely.
I did not like the big face.
the
big-
MCP.
The
Yeah.
MCP.
yeah.
I didn't
That was
like it.
animated, so
Yeah, and then like Peter says, so as you end, it's all like Flynn is now the CEO,
Right.
but like the guy who he basically, you know, like we get the printout of like who made the program, and
yeah,
like,
it's
it's in
his reward. He gets a piece of paper that says, "I wrote the program." Yeah, he could have typed it out on a piece of
exactly.
paper,
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
I just
There's
didn't.
an assumption that,
but
like,
there's more there to it.
I
But
just like how like there's like this whole world going on like in the net, right? Where like he's fighting and then the villain in real life is all like just goes to his desk and he's like, oh, I lost.
I thought he had the longest arms. He'd sit down. I was like, golly, he's got long arms, but he's got that big old table, so I guess
it
he
could be
needed
a
it.
reflection from the table too.
I was
but-
like, he wasn't even a villain, and if he's the villain, he had like the easiest job as a villain.
He was like a previous villain before. Like in this, he's
Yeah.
just like the standstill, like try and catch me, or like try and
Right.
try and prove that you did this. Yeah, it's so yeah. It ends with him, being found out that he stole the program, and then boom, Kevin Flynn is flying in this ridiculously fast helicopter, doing a hard landing.
I love how they like. I was like, this person really must love helicopters because
Man, it's like Airwolf was right around there. Like
That's
helicopter,
true. That's true.
they were, it's like I was with somebody talking about that. He's all like, "Man, somebody Airwolf this put like helicopter on top." They're like,
The
"You
guy
didn't
in
need to."
the guy that does all the helicopter, because like I watched this video that talked about the guy that did all the helicopter stunts in the 80s. He goes, yeah, I pretty much, if you saw a helicopter stunt in a movie in the 80s, it was me.
He was probably like some Vietnam vet that like did some hardcore
Yes.
like flying.
Exactly. And so like, yeah, so like they would just ask me like, hey, can you do this? And I would tell them yes or no. And I would just do it, like, oh, you want me to like swerve in between buildings? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so if you in the 80s, I forgot what the name of the guy, but like it was basically like one or two people that did all the helicopter stunts for all the movies, all the TV shows. It was interesting.
All right, so let's do Mickey bars for first Tron. I'm gonna give it 3 just because it kept me, the graphics and everything kept me sucked in. I don't know what it is, even though the story was just,
It was so bad.
it was not great, but
It was
like
so bad.
it just sucks you in for me. I don't know what it is. I give it a 3. I don't know what it is.
I'll give it a 1. I just could not follow the movie.
Again, they don't spoon feed you what's happening.
No.
You have to figure it out.
It goes along with a lot of the stories that come out of the 80s.
Yeah.
Just-
It's like Labyrinth or,
I'm
or
hearing-
another Journey film.
I'm hearing you guys like give your reasonings and your appreciations, and you're like, yes, it's not great, but this, and it just feels like excuses to me.
Yeah.
And so
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just
You're
gonna-
calling out on our system. It's not. It's not a. I mean, it's just like.
Come on, Mulan. Oh no, Freaky Friday. 5 Mickey bars.
It does. I get it. It's not like.
it's not a good movie. It doesn't hold up.
But I had my attention the whole entire time,
That's great.
and that's why I give it a 3. And I understand why people give it 1. Like, I get it. It's garbage, but like
It was dry. There was like nothing with Black Hole. At least there was some like making fun of comedy, but there was
it
not.
lacked the line, like the little like one-liners.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not a big fan of the main actor.
Do you like
Dude,
Jeff Bridges?
I do not care for him.
Oh, I love Jeff Bridges.
He's a little intense for me.
Yeah, I could take it. I could see it that way. All right, Father Yoda, what do you give it?
I give it, I'm kind of along here. It's missing hero moments. The second half drags because you're not meeting interesting characters. And because you didn't meet interesting characters, there's nothing to carry you through there. If it didn't have the production design and the originality, it would definitely be no more than a 2, but I would give it a 3 as well.
Yeah.
I think I would give it a 2 on its own. But I think after watching the next one right after it, made me look at that one better.
Yeah, and I think that's. I agree with you on
I'll bump it
that.
up to 2.5.
2.5.
Having seen it that year and knowing that I also saw E.T. that year and Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, I went and saw E.T. a lot more times that year than I did Tron. I saw Tron once and I was one and done. Star Trek, same thing. But
Star Trek was one and done?
Wrath of Khan?
No, I saw that several times.
I was
also.
all like, dang.
I thought that was your favorite.
No, definitely the best one. That Tron 1982 grossed $33 million. Black Hole, just for reference, was $35 million. So in the same range there, 3 years earlier. Tron was the number 22 on the best grossing for that year.
That's bad.
Yeah.
And Black Hole.
Well, it was a big year, though.
It was, but
Black Hole was 19. Interesting. Blade Runner was 27. So it was 5 less than Tron. So Tron did better in the box office than the critically acclaimed Blade Runner.
Blade Runner's an occult film. It's just not, because you watch it and you're just like, man, this is dark and dystopic, and I don't think the audience was ready for a dystopic movie during the Cold War that.
It was also a year where sci-fi saturated a lot, and there were good movies there. So anything else suffered, the lower sci-fi movies.
Yeah, as you said, it wasn't very successful. Actually, video games were more successful in selling those units and programs.
Yep.
And that was a problem where they weren't really ready for like the demand for the video games. But it does. You can appreciate it creating a movie for video game culture.
But I would say, like, if Disney was, and I wish, like, if Disney was looking for a new franchise, this would have been a good direction to go.
Yeah.
For a good franchise for them. I know it didn't do well, and that's probably why they didn't continue it. And the only reason why they are is because, it had that a cult following.
Also, Eisner came on right after that, and
He's like
they
Splash.
they changed their whole direction at
Tom
that point.
Hanks
They did.
and mermaids. It's gonna be big.
But
Yeah. This film also is heavy with the CGI, and a lot of the Disney animators did not want to participate in this, and so they had to get outside people to do the work because they're
this was
worried.
during that we're going to lose our jobs. Because
They were
of
worried
computers.
about computers going to take over and kick them out, which they were right. I mean, give it another 20 years and they're shut down. It's not till Lasseter, who built the machine that destroys them, comes back and saves them by doing
Tiana.
Tiana.
And then Tiana happened. They're like, that was too much money. We'll go back to CGI.
So, okay, it's 2010 now. Tron Legacy.
Well, we don't need to go into the whole storyline.
No, but I'm just saying, like, the brief synopsis is Kevin Flynn has a kid. Kevin Flynn disappears into the grid. He ends up creating Clue, and
which was cool because I didn't necessarily draw that connection because he had made Clue in the original Tron.
Did he?
Yeah,
yes, that
they
was the
mentioned
opening scene where like he's like in the tank looking for the program or whatever. He's being hunted. His program was called Clue, so like that was carried over.
That's cool. Yeah, so Clue was created by Kevin Flynn to, create the perfect world. It was like Roadblocks almost, right? Like, or Minecraft. Is it Minecraft that creates worlds with a digital world? So yeah, I thought, and I was like, oh, use the word perfect, and so that's the theme of like
all those like Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I'm going to protect the world. Well, I'm going to protect it by destroying it. Sort of
same kind of story.
This 2010 Tron movie storyline was giving the same vibe as Santa Claus 3.
Okay. Santa Claus 3.
They had a second Santa Claus, Clue.
Okay.
But then the second Santa Claus is taking over the North Pole to make it more
Okay,
efficient
all right.
and better.
I didn't put this together last night, but
You're welcome.
I thought of other movies. I thought of other movies to draw connections
No,
to.
Santa Claus
I didn't
3.
get Santa Claus 2.
Yeah,
Three.
I
Two
can,
and three.
three.
as Peter and Jackie said, this storyline has been done, and it also plays homage to kind of the same kind of like we need to go back to here to
Right.
send you back to put an end to this program right here. So we're seeing a cyclical kind of experience, but way cooler.
It looked way.
It's a lot.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty
it's
movie.
interesting because it's
better
it's
technology.
not black and white. It is a color film, and
Yes.
the animation isn't there like it was before. But because you go from white costumes with blue streaks on them, now you've got black costumes with white or red streaks in them.
So cool.
It looks great, but you lose some of the originality out of it, but they take what Tron did graphically and tried to bring it to the 2010s.
Right.
And they did
Yeah.
an excellent job with that.
I would have been disappointed if I saw styrofoam costumes again, and hockey pads.
2010.
I want to see motorcycle helmets with cool red and yellow and blue lights. This movie, the light cycle, was,
That was
so
cool.
cool.
Yep.
Yes,
I got the
enjoyed
Hallmark
that.
ornament, and I was like, this thing is amazing. There was this piece of merchandise that I regret at the time. It was an Adidas jacket, and it was a zip up, and it had like the Tron logo, and it had like the blue like Adidas mark going down, and I was like, that is so cool. And I never saw it, and it was one of those like it came out and it was gone.
I saw somebody, they had the Christmas tree with ribbon.
That was one of my
The
ideas.
ribbon, and at the end it was like, the bikes at the top.
Because you can use because they sold a blue one and they sold a yellow one, and I was like, man, if I ever had a Christmas tree, I would get the blue light and streams and use that as a ribbon. But every woman that I've ever been with said, "Not on my Christmas tree."
Or they'll say, "Well, I'll have my tree and you can have yours."
Yeah.
In some dark corner of the garage.
Somehow my tree looks like Charlie Brown's tree. So yes, the light cycles, they bring back the games. Tron is like this snarling, like, like doesn't say anything till, towards the end when he goes like, "I'm here to protect the user,"
That was probably the one part that I was kind of disappointed with, was how they dealt with Tron.
Yeah, I wanted more of Tron. I felt like his storyline was meh. They focused too much on the girl,
Cora.
Cora.
Then it comes into the thought of like, so yeah, that's an aspect of the movie they brought in that was new. Is like there's this digital world, and there's the user that creates the programs, but these organic digital programs and beings
that come out of
nowhere. And that's what I really like about what they did with Kevin Flynn's characters. They make him this visionary.
Yes.
Of like, it's not about me and making money, it's about helping humanity. And you're like, oh man,
it's a very
this is
Walt
what we
Disney
need.
Connection.
We need somebody like this in our society that's not like, let's make lots of money. Like, no, let's like use technology to make humanity better.
They actually did a really great job of mirroring him and Clue. Because at the very beginning, Flynn's giving this speech about, the grid being like, in there is the future. In there is our destiny. And then at the end, Clue's giving the same exact speech to the other program, saying, out there is
and
our
they show
future.
the world.
Out there is our destiny. And I was like, oh, that was great, like, parallel connection.
Because they're both the same.
Yes.
Same vision, different execution.
Right.
Did the CGI Clue throw you off?
It's a product of its time.
It's dated.
Yeah.
And it was relatively new technology at that time. It wasn't as bad as Scorpion King.
And it's better because it's a computer program, so it doesn't need to look.
It was bad
perfect.
at first, the first scenes where he's talking to the son, and I'm glad they focus a lot on the back of his head talking to his son.
Because it's cheaper.
And it was probably cheaper. They use the same technology as Benjamin Button with the aging and de-aging, because the movies came around the same time. Well, a couple years after. Yeah, it wasn't perfected. It's tough to kind of...
And even now, like, they're still not quite there.
I mean,
They're getting
like
there,
Indiana Jones. Remember seeing that in the beginning, and I'm like, I'm watching a video game. And then I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, it's like those movies where they did the all CGI movie, and the characters don't blink very often, and you're like getting freaked out. It's like staring at a baby who doesn't blink. You're like, stop it. Stop it. I don't like it. Yeah, it does throw you off. But there's so many cool aesthetics.
Yes.
And like the music
Oh,
and the
yeah.
sound.
Daft Punk killed it.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Wendy Carlos was great in the first one because it was new and different electronic music, but this was, techno music, made
fit
cinematic, and it was perfect.
It was
9 Inch Nails has a big...
I was all like, Daft Punk's not doing it, because I know they're
Shoot it
retired,
all.
but I was all like, we'll see. It's industrial. Let's see how he does it.
Yeah.
This was only the second time I'd seen the 2010 Tron, but as soon as it started playing, I go, oh, I've listened to this music a lot since then.
Oh, yeah.
I'm way more familiar with the music than I am with the movie. It's just great.
I must say, I remember when this movie came out and Daft Punk was huge.
Yeah.
I got so tired of Daft Punk.
I imagine while you're watching it here, Dad, you're like, turn it up.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to feel this bass.
When they were talking, I had to turn it up, and when they got to the music, I had to turn it down so I didn't get
Blow
yelled
out
out.
things. The music is perfect. Like the opening
It's
scene where
the
he's riding his
world.
motorcycle, that was awesome.
Yes.
It's all great. It's all
Like
great.
whenever I'm driving and it's night and I want like nothing music, I put that
perfect.
in because I don't have to hear words, but the music is enhancing my present moment. And I was like, I don't think I've had music from a movie do that. Mm-hmm. And I was all like, this music is amazing.
It's hard for me to like go to a movie and be like, I've only done this a handful of times where like I listen to a movie or I go see a movie and I leave it going, I need to download that soundtrack. There's only like a handful of times I've actually done that. And like I at that time, I mean, you were there, so you bought the music, so I had it there.
You're like, Dad, buy the music.
I
didn't need to say it.
I didn't need to say it. I knew he would get it. So like, they had the music there, but like, this would have been one where I've been like, I'm gonna buy this soundtrack. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it was so good. The fight scenes, there were moments where they're fighting with their rings, and I was like, this is like a lightsaber fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This was great to have something like somewhat original, because you had Star Wars that had come out, like the last one was 5 years, and we've been watching like Clone Wars, and you're getting more cool lightsaber fights, but this was fun. It was fun.
Yep.
It was like Jedis meet ninjas, and they were like fighting in the dark. They have different lights. Oh man, the costumes and like the lighting.
They had
Amazing.
heroic moments. Way better.
Yes.
The storyline was easier to follow. It was more.
Yeah, because they spoon feed it to you. So
I like
being mysteriously thrown story plots at my face. I have my mouth open for it.
give me a good spoonful of story.
We know what Peter likes, and we know what Jackie likes. Were you satisfied with the ending, where Jeff Bridges, character sacrifices himself because
Sure.
of the greater of like Korra is the most important thing to come out of this world, because
I don't think it was that big of a sacrifice. I don't think he wanted to leave.
I think
well, he knew he was
did.
going to. Of course, he's going to be with this. He wanted.
he made it a point in the movie to say like, I would have given everything up for one more day.
Yeah.
With his son, so he wanted to go back.
Okay.
And like
I think deep down, I think he knew he probably wasn't going to, because he knew he probably gonna have to do what he did to make sure
he knew
his son made it back.
Yeah.
But like, he wanted to go back, and I think he was optimistic about it until he saw Clue there, and he was like, I got to do the thing.
Yeah, the airplane fight scene.
Airplane fight,
So cool.
great.
Did you like Tron's Darth Vader moment?
Yeah.
Clarify.
Yes.
At the end where
Oh,
he's spinning off in A New Hope, and in this time he's underwater or whatever. Tron is underwater, and he changes
color.
changes
Right.
color to say, "I'll be back."
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Well, obviously he's coming.
I had
back.
to rewind to catch it because
yeah.
I said, "What happened to Tron?" And then I went back. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I actually fell asleep during that part, so I had to go back for that reason too. What did I miss?
It's a filler fight scene for sure.
But no, the whole movie kept me enthralled with what's happening. I kind of knew what was going to happen. I was like, oh, this is a parallel to the first film, but I still enjoyed it.
Unfortunately, they didn't. I mean, the girl Olivia Wilde comes to the real world at the end with Sam Flynn.
Yeah.
Right.
And unfortunately, that would have been the more interesting part for me to see
What happens next?
What happens to her? How does she react to the real world or something
You get a
like
feel
that?
of in the other movie, it's not spoon fed to you,
Right.
as
Right.
Peter would say this whole podcast.
They just cut it off.
They show her like riding the back of a motorcycle
I
going,
feel the sun.
the sun is warm. Yeah, that was a cool moment where it was like, describe the sun, and you're all like, where I'm at, I'm all like, cancer giving, miserably hot.
Something you want to avoid at all possible.
But if I didn't have it, I would die. So yeah, I guess it's good and bad, but it was an interesting moment of, trying to explain something you really take advantage of. And I never thought while watching this second time was thinking, hours to here were minutes there. And
Yes.
so it's been, 20 years, right?
Right.
I think it was 89 because I think somebody said like 89 was on the back of his motorcycle jacket or helmet,
Something like
and
that.
that was supposed to signify like when
Right.
Kevin Flynn disappeared. So
I appreciated they
Yeah.
had the interesting character in the middle, Zeus.
yes,
was a
Zeus
great
was a
fun.
different.
I was gonna say that. I think a lot of the side characters were really good. I think all of
Yeah.
the. I don't feel like there was like a side character that I was kind of like meh about. Even the obnoxious ones, I was okay. Like the number 2 guy
Oh,
with
yeah.
Clue. He's obnoxious, but I got into his role.
He's interesting, yeah.
Well, those side of the characters kind of help add variety.
Yeah, Zeus was loads of fun.
Yes.
Great actor. Excellent.
I
and the whole
enjoyed-
scene
I
in that
enjoyed that
party
scene.
scene.
Oh,
that
the
is-
fight scene was awesome.
The
Yeah.
bar scene was fun.
You're like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm getting in a digital bar fight, I'm fighting to this. All right, let's give it Mickey bars.
I give it a 3.
A 3? Okay.
Like, it was good. I don't know if I would go to it,
I would watch
But-
it in the theater again.
but it was good to watch.
It was way more fun than the original Tron.
Yes.
Way more fun to watch, but not as fun as a Freaky
Friday.
Friday. So it's a 4 for me.
Okay, 4. All right, Peter, what do you say?
I'm going 4.5. I've gone back to this movie several times. Like, I'm not just watching, this movie just because of the podcast. Every once in a while, I'll get a hankering for Tron. Like, I'll hear this song on the soundtrack and be like, I want to watch this. And I've got a nice TV to be like,
You do have a really good
Ugh.
TV.
All I was wanting to do is go back and watch the animated series. What
I thought about doing that, but I was like, I don't have enough time to do that. So
that one's
the
good.
animated Tron Uprisings, kind
Right.
of like an in-between TV show, in between the first and
They
second.
were trying to build the world, and it just didn't catch.
Well, it came out after
It did. It was 2012. They're trying to keep the.
the Tron hype going, which in America didn't do as well. I know that.
It's big in China.
But in China it did well. That's why they
Yeah.
got their ride there in
They
Shanghai.
Did 172 million, which was number 12 for the year. Jeff Bridges' Oscar-winning True Grit was number 13 that year. So Jeff Bridges came
It was
in
a big
12 and
year.
13. Big
He
year
was
for
buzzing
him.
because he did Iron Man
Yep.
in 2008. So he was making a comeback, and his big movie that he's known for is The Big
The
Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
Number 12 is good, but
Yeah.
it what the problem was that it didn't do well worldwide.
Right.
And that's what kept it from getting a repeat. The American numbers were good, but the worldwide numbers were not as good.
And I was wondering, like, why is it not hooking, the audience? It's unique.
It's a unique story.
It's
for
a unique
sure.
story. Is it just because we're at the beginning of the MCU building up and we're
Sure.
getting all these
Action.
comic book stories, and that's where all our money and focus is going in on? Because Captain America comes out the next year,
Something like
Yeah.
and so I would.
Batman. That's what the movie I was kept thinking about watching this Tron was. It's like Sam is like Batman.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Billionaire son doesn't really want to do anything with the business.
Yeah.
Goes off, becomes a superhero.
It had those kind of themes,
Yeah.
right there.
Yep.
For my Mickey bars, I give it a 3 and a 3.5. I thought it was. I haven't watched it again since the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
It made me want Disney to bring back Electronica. You guys, do you remember Electronica, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like I went to Electronica. That was cool. So it was just basically just a night party, a California adventure, but it was Tron themed.
Yeah. That was great.
It was cool.
I didn't see that one. I saw the Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, you saw the Mad Tea Party.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe they'll bring it back for Ares. It's there's this like following for Tron,
There is.
Yes.
but it's not like
It's not Star Wars.
It's not Star
No,
Wars or
it's
other
not.
things. It's this kind of like this following that can still stick in your back pocket. And somebody will say it and be like, yeah, that's cool. Like,
We'll bring it out every 10 years.
yeah. And so, with that being said, are you guys going to go see the new movie?
Oh, yeah.
I'll see.
I watched, because right after it, I did watch the trailer for it.
You want? Yeah, I did the same as
There's
well.
no sun. No sun is in the.
Well, that we know of.
I
mean,
don't know that Tron's in it either, unless he's just an animated.
We don't know. I mean, obviously, we know that Jeff Bridges is in
It's
it.
hard for Alan to do those kind of flips again.
They're
mean,
both
he's
the
like he's in his 70s,
they're
Dad.
both-
he's in it.
No, Alan.
I'm trying.
The main guy.
No,
right?
Jeff
Jeff
Bridges
Bridges
is
is
He's
in it, but the
yes.
other guy, it's not listed on it unless they're trying to sneak something in, which I don't see.
they
why
don't have
tried to
Sam
do.
or
Yeah.
the actor
Cora.
plays Sam or Cora or Olivia Wilde. in
Yeah,
it.
so it's like, is this just like a
Kind of a off. Like,
Well, but
are
you got
they gonna
Jeff Bridges,
explain?
so-
Are they gonna link it to the second
I-
one? That's my question.
I hope
seen
so.
they show in the preview. They show Jeff Bridges there, and he's kind of like this godlike creator. Like he's like got this robe, but he's got this glow about him. Is he Obi-Wan?
It seems like he's going
You
to
know,
be the character
post-Darth
because everything's
Vader.
centered on, I guess, Ares, this character, this soldier, and I think he's going to go through a moment of like self-discovery, and so he's going to journey into the grid to find Flynn, to like find purpose and meaning, and that's where he's going to like, oh, this I need to be the good guy or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it just you're seeing the spillover of the grid
In
into the real world, and that's how the preview and like
What do you want to see?
It's giving
Yeah.
Jurassic World, isn't it? Or
the
Jurassic?
Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you want to see in this next movie?
I don't know. I saw the preview in the theater, and I went, I hope they got something better than this. So I kind of, you asked the question. I don't know that I'm going to see it in the theater
You don't know if you're going to see it.
because
I think you have to see it in the theater.
I think
for
it's one
that
of those
reason.
movies that's like
I think
it's
it will
made for
only
the
be
theater.
It's
good
like
in
Twister. It's like you have to see it in the theater. When you watch it on Laserdisc, you're gonna be like, it's not the same.
I think Tron was fine last night on my TV and with my stereo system. I was happy with Tron.
Well, not everyone has your sound system
may
that
be.
we can hear down the street.
Yeah, I was at home and I was like, man, I wish I was at my dad's. Like, I had the TV at 50, and the TV's like, nope,
Nope.
not getting any louder. It's like you have less hearing, and I have less capabilities to provide that for that less hearing. So sorry.
Yeah, my TV's partially broken, so
I turned my stereo one from
Yeah.
did it, but
So okay, so we're mixed on seeing it. I haven't seen any movies really, any of the Disney movies, and I think I probably will take time to see this by myself, because I don't think my wife has seen these movies.
My wife wouldn't go. So if you need a partner,
we'll just
Consider
do
it.
we'll just do a yodeler showing because I don't think my wife wants to see it either. So.
How about you, Jackie? Gonna join us?
I mean,
Mark will join
I
us.
would, but I feel bad for Mark.
well, he can come.
You can come. We don't care.
Yeah, but
Bentley would.
We'll
probably
put
get
some
into it.
glow lights on your kid, and where he is in the
he'll
movie.
just crawl around.
We'll put like a little cell phone with the speaker. It sounds like he's a light speeder.
Yeah.
A little tail with lights.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they did for the Starlight Parade at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, mother's yodeler's response was classic. Give it a big S for stupid. She's not interested.
And I
in
get
Tron.
it. It's not. This movie's not meant for it in this genre. It's just not. But if
No.
it hooks you, you're like, I'm curious. I want more.
I always wanted more. I got into it. Even like the super fans that saw it, they're like, "Oh, I don't like it. It's not as good as you." It was not that
Really?
great.
You think this one's worse than that? They're like, yes, and we need to get rid of Mission Space.
Right.
And you're like, no, I want Horizon. All right, so I think that finishes up this review of the two movies. Let us know, are you a Tron fan, and are you going to see the new Tron movie? Do you anticipate it being popular, or if it's going to do the same thing it's always done, was barely break even and leave the super fans wanting more? So let us know on our social medias. With that being said, Auf Wiedersehen.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of the Matterhorn Yodelers. Please remember, before your bobsled comes to a complete stop, to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember,